Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Connection Corner. I am Barb Nangle, and I am the community manager of Known Co-working, and I'm really excited today. This is our second show where we're featuring three of the folks who are in the Knownpreneurs cohort. So in a moment, I'm going to be introducing you to Quan Grant, Alana Latson, and T. Montgomery. But before I do that, I want to share some information about Known. It's a dynamic co working community to connect people across their fields of expertise, endeavors, and experiences. And though we started as a co working space in downtown New Haven, and we're still the only co working space in downtown New Haven, we moved our community to the virtual world once the quarantine started. And as a result, we now have three virtual programs. As a reminder, Known Co-working has hourly, daily, and monthly plans for dedicated desks, offices, and conference rooms and Zoom rooms available as well. If you'd like to know more about the space, you can email me, barb@knowncoworking.com. You can also check us out on our website, which is nhvknown.com, or follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Known Co-working, and you can DM us there. I mentioned that we moved our community online when the pandemic arrived, and as a result, we have three virtual programs. So one is Digital Media Sync. It's hosted by Julia Gambale. It's every Tuesday at 8:30, and she is the social media maven of Agents of Branding. She's got definitely over 40 shows archived for free on our website. So if you want to know anything about how to do stuff with digital media, go there. Then we have this show, The Connection Corner, which is for dreamers, thinkers, entrepreneurs, educators, social justice workers, community members to talk about who they are, what they do, who they serve, how and why. And then we also have Pivot Talk, which is a virtual stage for businesses to talk and learn as they grow. And you can catch replays of all of these shows for free on our website under Known Live. Again, that's nhvknown.com. And let's see. If you want to know anything about any of these shows, or if you or someone you know think they might be a good guest for one of these shows, I would love to hear from you. Again, I'm Barb at knowncoworking.com, and our purpose in both the physical and virtual spaces is to make connections between people. We're here to help you get connected, inspired, and known. And speaking of getting known, I host virtual networking every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. And I am a connector. So it's a good idea to come and hang out with me and meet other people. And even if nobody else was there, spending time with me so that I understand what you do, who you serve, the kind of connections you need to have means it's a lot easier for me to remember you and think of who I need to connect you with, because it's sort of what I do as the community manager. So you can find the virtual networking link on the Known webpage. If you go to nhvknown.com and events, and then you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll see an icon for virtual networking. Click on that. It'll take you right to the virtual networking platform. And before I bring the three guests on, I just want to tell you a little bit about Knownpreneurs. It's a free 16-week mentorship and training cohort for minority-owned businesses in the greater New Haven area. It's the answer to BIPOC business growth. We provide free training, support, and mentorship to the entrepreneurs who are accepted into the program. This is our first cohort. It's funded by CT Next and the New Haven Innovation Collaborative. And because it's cohort one, that means there's more cohorts coming up. So be on the lookout for future cohorts. This time we received 30 applications and we accepted 13 entrepreneurs. And today we're featuring three who have something to do with the arts. So I want to welcome, let's see, first we'll bring in T, and then we'll bring in Alana, and then we'll bring in Quan. So if everybody could just say a quick hello.
Whoa.
Hi, everybody. So what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to have them each talk for about 5 minutes about their venture, and then we'll all come back as a group. So we're going to start with T, and T, you just let me know All right, bye, Quan. We'll have you back in a few minutes. And bye, Alana. We'll have you back in a few minutes. So you let me know when you're ready to have me share the images that you got, but it's all yours now. Take it away.
All right. Well, hello everyone. I'm T. So my venture is Threads by T, and I make wearable art with the intention to inspire and empower. A few different things brought me to this path. On a day-to-day basis, I walk down the street and people, say something about what I'm wearing. And what I hear a lot is that they wish that they can do it, that I'm the only one that can pull it off, and so on. But what it really has to do with is with confidence. And so through Threads by T, again, I seek to inspire and empower people to challenge their confidence, to help them feel better about themselves, to become their highest selves, and so on. You can actually show some of the pictures now. Maybe I can get into what it's like. So it's at the point, another thing that brought me here is I never really considered myself into fashion, and I never liked shopping. But when I did shop, I couldn't find anything that inspired me. I couldn't find anything in my size. So I decided to start making my own clothes. As an overall creative, I take an artistic approach to this. It's no different to me than painting or making music. So this picture right here is an example of something that I've done. It's a neoprene tuxedo. It's actually from my personal collection. I made it for myself for New Year's 2 years ago. And Miss Tina from Lotta Studio took this shot. That was a really fun shoot that we did. You can show another one. It's another shot with Miss Tina. So I like to play with colors and patterns. I think of fabric like paint or like a beat to music. And ironically, I don't draw any of my designs. It's all in my head. I only really put out when it comes to needing to show a client or something like that. So yeah, let's go to the next one. This one was really fun. I shot this with Eli. Eli was actually the first photographer that I worked with. We worked pretty well together. So this is an example of it's leisure, but it can also be dressed up with some heels and such. Again, I like playing with patterns and mixing different colors and different things together. But overall, Threads is about comfort and confidence, and again, feeling the best that you can when you have it on. I started by making bespoke pieces, so one of a kind like this one here. And then as the business grew organically, I started making ready to wear things, and things like the hats, things like bags and backpacks, really just expanded everything. I'm still teaching myself as I go on. I'm an overall student, so I like to constantly challenge myself and learn new things. And this is one of them. All right, let's go to that final picture. And this one is an example of one of the custom pieces that I did. The fabric in the bikini top is actually one of my good friends, Megan, with Studio Strata is her artist name. Had her art printed on fabric, and then started making stuff from that. So bringing that in mind, well, who I'm looking to work with, I'm looking to work with artists. Actually, Alana, I want to talk more with you about that, getting artwork printed on fabric and then making things from that. I'd like to do some collaborative collections with artists. I'd like to work with stylists like Quan, photographers, models, really anyone who is in the visual business, and then definitely anyone who's looking to get some custom work done. That's what I have.
Great. Thank you so much. I loved so many things that you said. So I can't wait until we get started um, chatting. I'm realizing I have this stay tuned background on and we don't need that on there. So thank you so much for that, Quan. We're going to bring you on now. So thank you so much, T. Here we go, Quan, and we'll bring you back in a minute, T. All right, Quan. Let me put your name up instead of T's. There you go. So it's all yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Barbara, for having me back on the Connection Corner. I am super honored to be here with other entrepreneurs. Again, I am Quan Grant. I am a men's fashion stylist. Um, I am the founder of Quan Grant Men's Styling Company. I offer personal styling for the everyday man. And I take pride in making sure every man, no matter their size or their shape, they get the well-tailored star treatment that every man deserves. And I often say, not only do I want to build wardrobes, but I also want to build confidence. And in my company, I have a personal styling method that I like to use where I combine personal development with personal styling to help men transform from the inside out. So Quan Grant Men's Styling Company is an experience. I offer top-notch service. It's a way of giving, excuse me, and as a way of giving back, I offer free shoe shining and as well as free measurements. Even if you don't want to use my services and you just want to get measurements, maybe you're shopping online or something, but as a way of giving back, that's something that I do offer. So yeah, my company, I'm trying to bring the gentleman back, you know, when men actually dress up and take their women out on date or whoever you're dating, whoever you love. And you look good and you feel good. My business is broken down into three packages, and that's the boss on the budget, it's the evolving boss, and the ultimate boss. Um, each package offers a one-on-one personal styling with myself, and each client will get a gift for booking with me, as well as, well, I'm not going to get into much about the packages. You have to, you know, book a consultation to learn more about that. But the packages, I will say this, is based on the client's needs. Um, so yeah, we can go into the website really quickly. And again, it's www.quangrant.com. There you have it. And if you can go into the fashion part, where it says fashion, there we go. That's me, guys. Go down. And it talks about my fashion services. I offer a free consultation. Like I said, I like to make sure every man get the well-tailored, you know, star treatment that every man I feel deserves. And, you know, I also want to say this, when you think of personal stylists, you know, some people think about supermodels or celebrities, and I feel like they have people that cater to them on a regular basis. But I want to give that star treatment, that same energy to regular men, everyday men, that work just as hard, maybe don't know how to shop or don't know where to shop or don't enjoy shopping. So I want to be able to be a help to them. This talks about my services, image consulting. Um, I do the shopping. I don't, you know, someone asked the other day if, you know, if I do shopping with my client. No, I do not. But when I meet my clients, I like to create a mood board so I have an idea of what they're looking for and I have a focus and I can go and get that look. And it also it saves them the time and energy of shopping. A lot of guys don't even like to shop, so that's what you hire me for. Here is my portfolio, which is growing and I'm super proud of. I'm going to be posting a lot of pictures this week from a shoot that I recently done. And if we can go through some of the pictures really quick. This is a model named Rodney. Okay, that's me. This look is just like a real classic, simple, but significant look when you want to be chilled. The weather is starting to break and it's starting to get a little bit warmer. You can use that look for maybe date night, going out for brunch or something with your boys, or taking a girl out on a date. We lost the website. If we can go to the next picture. We can go back to the other picture. And talking about confidence, like what T was saying, I feel like fashion is about being confident, being who you are, being who you were created to be, owning who you are, celebrating who you are. And that look, it's a summer look. Like T was saying, I like to play with patterns as well. That was a look that I wanted to kind of bring to life. It was a vision I had in my head, and I went, put the look together, and I even wore a tank top. And normally I'm not confident and I don't show my arms. As you can see, I'm not like a muscle man, but I felt good in that, and I wanted to, wear that. I felt confident in it, and I think that's what it's about, being who you are, and feeling good within your own skin. And I think that's all I got for you.
For right now.
And you
He'll
guys,
be back.
feed
Yeah,
the
he'll
website.
be back in a minute. All right, great. Thank you so much. I have more questions for you too, and we're going to bring on Alana. Quan, we'll see you in a few minutes. All right, Alana, I'm going to hand over the screen to you, and you let me know when you want me to pull up your website. Alana, you're muted.
Classic.
Here we
Hello.
go. You're good. Yeah,
My
everybody
name is
seems to do it. Yeah.
Alana Latson of Alana Latson Art. Hi. I create pins, prints, stickers, and hopefully soon books that are positive and empowering to BIPOC communities. The way I got started is that I've always loved to draw. So I've been drawing since a very young age. Things like ponies and fashion and unicorns, and those were the things that appealed to me when I was younger. So I'd always draw those things in my notebooks. I had little sketchbooks, a lot of printer paper. It was just riddled with all sorts of like fun and kind of crazy stuff. But I found that my world didn't really reflect what I was seeing in magazines or what I was seeing in my children's books or seeing on TV. And that really frustrated me because I wanted to see more diverse representation. And I found that it would be easier if I just went ahead and did it myself. So I've been drawing, and lots of folks would approach me and say, wow, this is really cool. You should sell it. I would put this in my house, etc. And that would make me feel really proud, as well as kind of empowered to push forward and make this into a business. So what I did was I started an Etsy page at first, and I put up a few prints that I made, just a couple of things like with glitter and ink, and they sold. And I was really surprised, and I was really happy. So I kept on going, and now I've got my own website, and I'm doing lots of different things. I was able to vend at an event called Curl Fest in Brooklyn, which was incredible. I got to speak at South by Southwest with some friends that I actually met through my business. So overall, it's been a wonderful experience, and I'm going to keep pushing for more diverse representation in the arts and in books, because you shouldn't have to just go to your, like, I'd see my art that I liked at my aunt's house or my grandmother's house, but nowhere else. So you shouldn't have to go to Auntie's house, though it's a wonderful place to go. You shouldn't have to just go to Auntie's house to find wonderful, beautiful, positive Black art. Barb, if you could pop the website up now, I'll talk a little bit about that. But yeah, my website is Alana Latson Art. And I've had that for a while, also in addition to the Etsy. And with my website, I'm just able to kind of showcase the cool things that I've been able to do. So that's my logo. I made that myself. Yep, that's me. And in addition, my site has all sorts of kind of current pieces that I was able to make, and things that I'm pretty proud of. So as you can see, Barb, if you could click illustrations, that'd be awesome. As you can see, kind of from the illustrations, I like to draw things that are kind of happy and fun and light, and they feature BIPOC folks in situations that are more friendly and fun. There's lots of representation that is about slavery or pain, and I'm trying to take away from that because we have a lot more than that. We are a lot more than that. So I wanted my art to be kind of a safe space for people to look at and be like, wow, that's really cool. Wow, these folks in this fantastical world. And sometimes there are moments like with this piece where I am a bit more political because that is important. But I want to show off, the beauty of our lives. And I hope that that reflects in my portfolio. I think that is about all I have. But for future goals, I'm writing a children's book that's happening right now. I'd like to be an animator, and I'd also like to make my own TV shows to kind of replace the ones that I didn't get to see much when I was a kid. Because I know that if I wanted to see dragons getting slain and people solving math problems at light speed, or like portals into different worlds, then I know somebody else wants to see it too. So that's my goal, is more diverse representation in the arts.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So let me just take your banner off, and we're going to bring back Quan and T, and we're going to have a chat. So I have things I want to ask all of you individually, but before we do that, I kind of want to hear about the Knownpreneurs experience. So maybe first, if you could tell me, like, why did you apply and what were you hoping to get when you applied to Knownpreneurs? Whoever wants to go first is completely fine.
I was seeking to expand my network, and also I realized that there are things that I didn't know that I needed to know in order to be a sustainable business, in order to be a respectable business, and to be able to scale up to the point that I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So I was happy to have that opportunity to get involved with a bunch of people who are doing their thing, who I can learn from and grow with and work with in the future. So that was really it, to learn and to expand my network.
Okay. Quan, Alana, who's next?
So
I would say, I echo what T was. I'm sorry.
All right.
I think there's
Go
a
ahead,
delay
Quan.
on my end.
So you cut out a little bit on my
I was going to
screen.
echo what T was saying. Like, I really wanted to.
Uh-oh, we lost him. How about you go, Alana?
Sure. Okay. So I basically joined Knownpreneurs. I'm also going to echo T. I needed more expertise. I know that, I know what I know, but you don't know what you don't know. So I wanted to find folks that could teach me these things, different stuff about finance, marketing, and things like that, because I'm very creative. And sometimes it's hard for me to venture out into the business side of things. Marketing and finance are extremely important if you're going to have a business. And I wanted to make sure that I knew about those. And Knownpreneurs have been a huge help in helping me to organize myself and to understand those things and the different paths that I can take. So yeah, that's what I've been getting out of it. It's been awesome.
Okay. So since you guys both mentioned network, let's talk about that. Like, what kinds of contacts and connections have you made since you've been in Knownpreneurs? Have you met anybody who's been able to like help you in any concrete way with your business, or that you think is going to lead to something
I
to
will say
scale?
this. I I haven't ever really had a mentor
Mhm.
before. I mean, aside from my parents and, school teachers, but someone who's doing things similar to what I'm doing and can really give me some concrete, really, my experience with my mentor, she's been really easy to just bounce my ideas off of. And then she gives me feedback that applies to what I'm actually talking about and what I'm actually doing. Well, I appreciate that. Again, not having a mentor before is also a learning experience, learning how to, ask questions instead of doing everything myself.
Mhm.
I also came to realize I can't do everything myself, especially if I want to get to the point that I see with my vision.
Mhm.
So I appreciate that aspect of it.
Mhm.
I appreciate the different types of businesses that my cohorts have. It's not just creative like Alana and I. Sammy doing copywriting and things like that is pretty cool. Plan to have her help at some point. I'll let
How
somebody.
about how about you, Lana? What kinds of so Quan, sorry, I'm glad you're back. Since they both mentioned networks, I'm asking like what kinds of connections have you made so far? So Alana, how about you? Any connections you've made?
Yeah, I also kind of want to shout out my mentor, Keisha Oliver, Hot Ice Events. She was wonderful, and she's kind of been a sounding board for my different ideas. I know that I can kind of bounce all over the place when I have an idea. It's kind of like wildfire. It spreads, and then sometimes, stuff just burns and it never kind of gets out the way it needs to. But she's been a great sounding board, and I've been able to do and organize lots of different things because of her. So Lakeisha Oliver has been amazing. I've also got to talk to some of the folks in my cohort who have been very nice and very encouraging. Um, I've been really enjoying networking with them as well. And in addition, I've connected to some of the folks that have taught some of our sessions, and they've been super helpful and super kind. So I think all of this has been kind of like a boost to my own morale and also to my own business.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Great. How about you, Quan? Let's talk about connections first. Like, what kinds of connections have you made as a knownnepreneur?
Absolutely. Well, first I want to thank you because I feel like you were one of the ones who kind of suggested being a part of the knownnpreneurs. I call her the great connector. Like she can connect you to anyone.
I'll take it.
To anyone. She's like, you should meet him and then meet her.
I
And then she
can't
can
help
do this and
myself.
that.
I cannot help myself. I literally am like, who can I connect them to? Who can blah, 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 blah. I got
Exactly.
my radar on. I
Right.
can't help it.
So I'm grateful, like Alana was saying, I'm grateful for my mentor. Lakeisha is everything. I think she's watching. She said she was gonna watch. She's like our mom. She was like, oh, my mentees are gonna be up here.
Well, hopefully she'll make a comment if she's
Exactly. Come on, Lakeisha. But yeah, she's been super helpful with just helping me level up and just build more confident. Um, be more organized on top of my business. I feel we have like similarities in our business. She styles like parties and events, and I style men in clothing. So there was a lot of similarities there. And like I said, you connect me to so many great people. I met Rick, who's awesome with marketing, and I met him. I actually styled him for a photo shoot, so that was really cool. So yeah, I'm meeting a lot of great people. Sammy, everyone's just great.
Yeah, wonderful. So now I'd like to hear, like some of you like mentioned a little bit about it, but is there any like concrete thing that has changed for your business that you started doing something you weren't doing, or you stopped doing something that you shouldn't have been doing, or something like that, that has already come to fruition for you since you've been a knownnepreneur? It could be anything. Alana, you're nodding. How about you?
Yeah, I actually do have a couple things that I was able to do because of knownnpreneurs. And these feel like very small things, but they're a big deal when you kind of go down the pipeline to do the things that I do, which is print prints, make pins and stickers and all that. But I was able to choose my manufacturers, which was awesome. And I have a big calendar laid out for the next year of what I want to release and what I want to draw. So the big thing is the manufacturers, and then kind of picking out, along with my mentor, she helped me out with that. But picking out a timeline of kind of like the bigger projects that I want to do, especially the book, because again, ideas like wildfire, but they have to come to fruition. So she helped me come up with a timeline for different things like that, and that's been super helpful. And now I'm working on a budget, so we're doing good.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Like, I'm an entrepreneur myself too, and I really professionalized in the last like 6 months or so, and it's been a dramatic difference. Guys, what kind of concrete benefits have you gotten?
I would say budgeting for sure, learning how to manage my finances. I feel like I have the creative part kind of down to a T, you know what I mean? I have switched up my Instagram, and now I have a separate page for my business on Instagram. So I'm constantly scheduling posts and strategic about doing that with my business partner. I am more aware of my finances, where my spending is going, my income, what I'm receiving, protecting my brand. We learned a lot about insurance. We learned a lot about resources and that are available for Black-owned businesses. I learned how to make my business more accessible, or my website, I should say. Learning about SEO, which is search engine optimization, which was very helpful with me launching my website just a couple weeks ago. And just making it more
beautiful, by the way.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So yeah, and I feel like my business is real visual and creative. So, you know, digital marketing is always like my favorite class. I'm always excited when we're talking about those things. So yeah, I learned a lot, and I'm grateful for the experience.
Fantastic. How about you, T?
I've been able to put concrete thought into my accounting and into my social media management. Well, I actually had a consultation with an accountant for the first time a few weeks ago. On one hand, I've been doing the right things, and on the other hand, there were things I didn't know about at all, which was helpful. And being in the program has also helped me to put the energy into delegating things that I don't need to do myself again. So like accounting, I actually just started working with someone who's managing my Threads by T Instagram, so I don't have to do it at all.
There you go.
Mind for it or the time for it. I'd rather be making things than putting time in social media. So that's really helpful and really beneficial. So really, all my back office stuff has gotten so much better during this time. Really just being more mindful of everything, slowing down and thinking about more than the art.
Yeah. It sounds like to me the theme for all of you is you've been a lot more strategic, and maybe you're being strategic in different areas than you were before, instead of just sort of like willy-nilly doing whatever feels like the next right thing to do. You're actually taking a step back and having someone help you think strategically. And I think, like Quan, for example, one of the things I noticed this time that I've never heard you mention before is you have these different packages. Like you didn't used to have that.
No.
You know, and I don't know if that came out of KNOWNpreneurs, but that's like, I was the same thing. I'm a coach. Well, now I have coaching programs. I don't do whatever coach. I have,
Is a focus. Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah, absolutely. And Alana, I love how you like laid out the next year of, you know, what do I need to produce? Because and I think of it as having like a structure for things. And it's a lot easier to work within a structure when you know where you're going. And so when it's time to work on the creative stuff, you can literally free yourself and work on the creative stuff because you know the other stuff is taken care of. Yeah. So, you know, Quan, you mentioned learning about resources for BIPOC entrepreneurs, and Alana, you mentioned wanting to create art for BIPOC folks. But one of the things I haven't heard come up from you, from any of you, is what has it been like to be in a cohort where every person in the cohort is a BIPOC entrepreneur? All of the mentors are BIPOC, and I think it's something like 89% of the instructors are BIPOC. Like, what has that been like?
Yeah. Honestly, it's refreshing. And it's beautiful to see, you know what I mean? Just being a part of just knownnpreneurs is just, I can't say it enough. It's been a blessing just to be around like-minded individuals. And although we have such different businesses, you know, us three, we share like similarities, but, you know, amongst everyone else, you know, every business is different. So, but we share a likeness and being a small business, and we know the ups and downs of trying to sustain a business and maintain a business and build a business. So it just creates a community, and it is, everyone has been super supportive, and it kind of pushed me and fueled me to be even more supportive to other small businesses, because I get it, I understand it now, you know what I mean? So yeah, I love it, you know. I'm grateful. And the teachers to the fact that they're giving us so much information, you know what I mean? Like knowledgeable wisdom for free, you know, has been, I think, any entrepreneur's dream. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd say there's a certain level of understanding that I appreciate when it comes to challenges or a certain lack of resources. So I really appreciate that aspect of, you know, being a part of a BIPOC program. Been able to go deeper into certain avenues that benefit us, like it's like registering as a Black-owned business, for example, things like that.
How about you, Alana?
For me, it feels good to have a certain level of understanding with the instructors and also with the cohort, because we're all BIPOC folks. Like, I feel like I don't necessarily have to explain about my business because, you know, y'all already understand, you know, that is important and that we need more of is positive representation, you know. And it's not so much that I've come across folks that don't exactly get it, but I know intrinsically that you all understand me, and that's something that's super important to me.
Fantastic. So we have about 8 minutes or so left. And so I've been kind of feeding questions to you. And I wonder now if any of you, if there's anything that you want to say about the knownnpreneurs experience or something that you didn't get a chance to say about your business. This is a good time to do it. I do have questions for each of you, but I can also talk to you privately about them. But if we need more time, you know, we can get to that. So anything else you want to add about the knownnpreneurs experience? Oh, and one other thing, actually, I kind of want to know, because knownnpreneurs ends at the end of this month. What's next? Like, what are you going to do after that? So I'd like to hear about that too.
I'd like to encourage anyone at any point of their entrepreneurial journey, if not knownnpreneurs, to definitely find something like it as a resource, as a support system, as a way to learn.
Yeah,
It is okay to get help.
that's right.
It is okay to apply
Not know everything.
one of these programs.
Yeah.
You apply and don't get in. It's okay. Keep trying. And what I found is from even the application process, it allowed me to think about my business in ways that I haven't been able to just think about before. So again, even if you apply and don't get in, there's a takeaway with the application process. So stay encouraged, and again, find yourself something like this so that you can navigate.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. I applied to collab when I first decided to have my business, and I honestly had no intention of getting into it, but I knew that the application process would make me think through things that I needed to think through. So absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, that was my experience with collab too. It was actually I was in collab as well, and because I was in
Forgot
collab,
about that.
I applied to this one.
Hmm.
So,
That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah. I was gonna say I agree with T and everything he was saying. I felt like I was the baby business of the gang. And speaking about pursuing things and not giving up, I was just applying for everything. You know what I mean? Any type of opportunity, knowledge that I can gain, I was just applying. And honestly, I forgot about that I applied to the program until like T was like, "Oh, we're gonna be in the same program," because I was like, "Oh, right." And I'm like, it starts next week. So I don't even think I fully qualified, to be honest, for the program because my business was just starting and getting off the ground. But yeah, I encourage people to just keep pursuing, keep looking for opportunities. When it's meant to be, it's going to be. You know, me being a part of the program, it was supposed to happen. Even if technically, you know, I wasn't supposed to be there or didn't qualify, it was meant for me to be there. And the program was just awesome. One thing I love about it is just that there's so many people so many connections, you know what I mean? So many resources, so many, like, we're giving out emails and numbers and like, it's just so much help. And I just wanted to say this last thing. I gained so much confidence, you know, being a part of Knownpreneurs. And I want to thank them for that as well, because every class they would start with, say your name and your business. And that's something I had to get used to, talking about my business, because I didn't even feel worthy to be called a business owner. But doing that made me feel proud, and, you know, to take pride in being a business owner, and just, you know, because it takes work to get here. This is not something that happens overnight. This was a lot of work. So I'm grateful for the program.
And I want to just say a little something about, like, you saying, you know, like you were like a baby business and didn't necessarily qualify. I think the thing that pushed you over the edge, Quan, is that we had a relationship with you. And that's the thing. Like, I've been doing some reading about accelerators, and like the number one thing that is the most important of any like incubator, accelerator kind of program is the relationships that are built, whether it's between the people who are in the cohort or the mentors or the instructors or everybody. It's those relationships that matters. And that's what Known Co-working is all about, both in the physical space and also in the virtual world. And especially this show is about making connections. And, you know, I hear you. You're singing the song. How about you?
So for me, I feel a bit more confident as well. Just because I'm not a person that really puts myself out there as much. Like, by nature, I'm kind of quiet. You know, I have my opinions, but, you know, I'll keep them over there, and, you know, that's perfectly fine. But I feel like I've become a little bit more outspoken with my business and with the skills that I personally have. And Knownpreneurs has just encouraged me to kind of, you know, put myself out there with business, and also put myself out there in the community, just to do things for the place that I live and that I love. So I've been applying to lots more different things, because it's made me realize that having a community, like, even if I only say one word, you know, like a session, like, having a community and rally around you has been so helpful for me. So I'm trying to find more of that. So, you know, I also encourage anybody who's interested in Knownpreneurs to apply. I'm applying for collab. I'm about to be out here, like, applications.
Oh, love it. Look at you. Look at you. All right. Well, we got about a minute left for each of you. So I'm going to give you each, T, Quan, and Alana, whatever you want to say. You got up to a minute.
Who's gonna go first?
Just want to say thank you for taking this time with us. and the types of questions you ask and for your part in the program. And I personally appreciate it.
My pleasure. Absolutely. Quan, how about you?
Again, thank you for having me back on the show. Any men that are after hearing what I was talking about in my business and want to learn more about me, you can visit my website, www.quangrant.com. Thank you for having me.
Alana, take us away.
Thank you so much, Barb, for having us on the show. Thank you, Knownpreneurs. Thanks, Akeisha. This has been a wonderful experience, all of it. And I'm proud to be a part. Also, follow us all on Instagram,
That's right.
Alana Latson Art, and check out all of our websites. Everybody's doing amazing work at Knownpreneurs, so make sure you check us out.
Great.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to take the three of you off screen for a moment. If you wouldn't mind hanging around for just a minute, that would be great while I close up. All right. Goodbye, everybody. All right. Well, that's all the time we have today. I thank you so much for being with us. I do want to remind you that even if you're watching the recording, go ahead and leave a comment and we'll get it to the person if it makes sense to do that. I also want to remind you that we have Digital Media Sync next Tuesday at 8:30 in the morning, hosted by Julia Gambale, the social media maven of Agents of Branding. And the next show for the Connection Corner will be on the 19th, and we'll be featuring two more of our knownpreneurs, both of whom are in the healthcare space. With that said, I want to thank everybody for your time. Have a great day.